Hello again. I thought I'd show you guys how I use my Tottaly Tiffany memento keepers to organize projects. So typically I'm a 12 by 12 scrapper, but occasionally I'll have little project books that I work on. For instance, we went to Disneyland, and anybody who's ever been to Disneyland knows that you don't want to really scrap your 5,000 pictures you take from Disneyland. So I made a special Disneyland book with some of the pocket pages just to kind of showcase our Disneyland trip. So for this project, as most of us do, I went out before I went to Disneyland and I bought every Disney scrapbook item I could find, because scrapbookers typically are collectors first. So then I put all of those things in the memento organizer. I like it better than the other one because it holds 12 by 12 papers, even though my project book is not 12 by 12. A lot of the stuff I bought was, so I didn't have to cut it down. And it's a good place for like the buttons you get when you go to Disneyland, and your room key cards. That's a 6 by 6 pad of paper. Some postcards that they gave us at the front desk when I got there. And then I just used my Tottaly Tiffany pages out of my Scraprack and put them in here with the various, the various items that I had purchased. And then when I'm done with this project, what I can do, if I have any left over, is I can just put this under my section labeled travel. Here's some things I made for Disneyland. I won't leave anything in here permanently. It'll either end up in a scrapbook or in the garbage or back on my Scraprack for another trip. See, I have a post-it note, embellishments not using. As I've kind of gone through and pulled things off, I stick them in here. That way I know that they need to go to another project home. And then I also have my pictures in here that they print off for you. So I really like this for this kind of project, and then it's really easy to move everything back in my Scraprack once I'm done with the book, which I'm 90% there. So another example is I've been making a smaller scrapbook for my son every year that he's born. So like here's his first job page and some other things. So I have everything I use for this book in this memento keeper. That way, like I'm going to a short crop on Friday, so I'm just going to grab this and the book and my tools, and I can be pretty productive with my 2-hour crop. So you can see in here the same kind of thing. I've got all the embellishments that I've purchased for this particular project. I kind of bought all coordinating stuff so that the book goes together. Here's, my washi tape, some project life cards, because that's the kind of pages that they are. And then in this one, I've put in some baker's twine and some other embellishments. And then again, I've just used the pages out of my Scraprack to plan my pages for his book. So I know I need to make a first car page, our Disneyland trip we took, he'll get a page in his book about that. And then as you go through, I also keep some blank pages. As I print out pictures for his book, I'll stick them in here so that I know that I want to put those in the book. And then I have, again, project life cards, some borders. I've placed, a few alphabets in here, some epoxy embellishments, and then more project life cards. And then this big page comes with the memento keeper. I think you get 2 of these. I took one out, and I've put in all the 12 by 12 papers that I like for this project. And then in the back, I've just got some additional cardstock, that I can cut up and use for the size black and white. And that's how I organize my little project books. So, and then these actually just tuck really nicely. I'll show you real quick. Sorry for the pan, don't get dizzy. My memento keepers just line up really nicely right behind my scrap rack. So you can see I put 1, 2, and then my third project. So, and then when I finish my books, I put everything back in kind of where category it goes in my scrap rack. And then I pull out the memento keeper for the next project. Let me know if you guys have any questions or tips. Thank you.